sets, weld it on there, then we'll put that, call it air direct.
What's that piece of gear right there, Matt?
This is the over temp safety switch. This actually should pull.
Okay. We used to have it automated, but we took the automation away because it's too complicated. That's not something. So your airflow doesn't need to change after it gets set? Unscrew it from there. This is the whole thing, right? So this is the tip. This is what sets the flame.
Right.
By the angle.
Yeah.
Right. So that's an 80. That's a 40 by 80. So the fuel comes off of it at 80 degrees. So that's what makes the flame the right shape. This is a reverse plate. Right? It's got a machine face there and a machine face there. These two just go together.
Yeah, so they're doing this.
So what it does is the air comes in the center and the fuel comes out the outside, and then it flip-flops it so the fuel is coming through those nozzles and the air is going through that nozzle.
Right.
And that's what atomizes the fuel on low burner settings. So once the burner gets up to about 60%, compressed air is there, but it doesn't use it because it's got more fuel pressure than air pressure, so
Right.
it just doesn't use any air. So when you're running RFO, this is the only part you got to clean, right? You just take a damn
Brake cleaner.
spray it right off, clean it off, make sure the holes are open, put the two faces back together, drop it back in the holder, like it goes. Right? No gasket, no nothing. You just screw it back on. And when you screw it on,
What's the PSI that needs to be at, or pounds per pressure?
this,
Yes.
for the nut,
Oh, this?
Yes.
actually, if you tighten that as tight as you can tighten it by hand and walk away, you're done.
Oh,
The only time
okay.
you'll need that wrench is when you try to take it loose. The first time you run it, it gets hot, it'll get tighter.
I'm gonna put a little bit on it just
But
because
it's not much.
Yeah.
Quarter turn. Right, so on the air side, we run 65 psi of compressed air.
Okay.
On the fuel side, we feed the manifold here.
Yeah.
This manifold gets fed at 145 psi.
Okay.
And what will happen is, as it opens, the pressure is going out the nozzle, out through the end of the nozzle. When it lights off, it runs about 12 pounds. Wide open, it runs about 130 pounds.
130 pounds. And that's when you're trying to run 400 tonnage.
Well,
Depending on the
you
material.
find out listening, if 400 for an hour, you won't be at 100%. You'll be like 65 maybe.
Right. Are those fans balanced already?
They are.
They are? Okay.
And they've both been run and they've all been spun up.
Okay.
So
Good deal.
when you have to service it, say I need to clean the eye. The eye got dirty, it's time to clean the eye. Okay? So right here's the eye. This eye goes to that empty conduit right here. So the eye is just right here.
Yeah, the Terex only has one. The CMI has two.
Right.
One for your pilot, one for your.
Yeah, this one only uses one. That's it. So once it's put in there the first time, you make sure it's in the right spot. Just take a piece of black tape and put it around that right there at the end of the conduit. So when you are cleaning it, when you shove it back in there, you know where to stop.
Right.
So this is the natural gas line for gas. And I know you don't have nat gas there. It still has the line because that pipe is the support for all of the nose shit. See what I'm saying?
Right.
Even though you don't use it. And if you decide one day you had natural gas and you want to run natural gas, on the outside here, where this blind plate is, you just put a piece of pipe there with the actuator, with the butterfly valve. Put your gas to it, and it's ready to run gas.
Well, if we send it somewhere later on the line, then
Right.
it's permanent.
It's gas ready. All of them are gas ready. So when you run waste oil and you run LP, so on these, your waste oil will go into this one and your LP will go into that one, right? One of them's stainless steel and one of them's A36. If you take a magnet, it'll stick to one, it won't stick to the other. The one that's stainless is where you want to put the LP. The reason for that is so it doesn't freeze. Pressure, when LP pressure changes, it'll make stuff freeze. The internals of both of these is stainless steel. If we had LP on this one, A36 versus stainless, it would start frosting up and freezing. So it's the same actuator, opens and closes, different profile. Propane will go in this one, waste oil in this one. So when you're running waste oil, the safety valves for the waste oil would open up and it would put waste oil here and it would run.
Right.
You can literally you can run hot stop on waste oil, start your LP pump up, purge the burner, push the button, bite it off, and it'll pick up the LP valves and you can run an LP. So there's nothing you have to change or do to the burner to switch from oil to LP. Just stop it.
Just stop.
Stop it and start again. All this was taken off so we could separate the two sections to mount it on the box outside.
So this one is
This
the one that's
yeah,
going
this is the
out
one that's
there.
going outside.
Okay.
And this is what will get mounted to your existing air tube.
And these are the latches you guys are talking
Yeah.
about.
We'll make sure we put those back because when we go to lift it, we don't want to separate. Yeah, what's in that ammo box is your tools. Any specialized tools you're going to need for this. So that wrench that we just used,
Yeah.
that's it. Yeah. And here's a spanner wrench that is for the mod valve over here.
Right.
So we can control the flow through this valve by setting the maximum flow through it. It's two-way adjustable.
Right.
So these 10mm bolts up here, these 10mm bolts, you take those out, the spanner wrench goes in here, and then you can turn this. When you turn this internally, it'll open or close a reed valve, which sets how much fuel can go through there.
Right.
So we tune one for oil, we tune the other for LP for the fuel that it uses, the
Right.
full consumption. We can make the burner run on profile that way.
Okay, so you guys will have to tune them once we get.
Yeah, that had to be tuned. They're a little bit, initially they're a little harder to tune than a regular burner. Once they're tuned, the actual tuning part is all done electronically. It's not done mechanically.
Right.
Once you set the mechanical flow through these valves. So our turn down ratio on this thing is about 18:1. So this valve right here, which is a 12x12, this one's a 10x10. Externally, they're the same size. Internally, this one's bigger opening because you have to have more room for LP. So this one will go from 2 gallons a minute on a minimum to about 36 gallons a minute of oil through it. This one will go from about 1 gallon a minute up to about 33 gallons a minute.
Okay. And LP stands for liquid propane.
Liquid propane, yes. So when you're running propane, you'll run it on the liquid side. And then these right here are the low fire adjustments. So you can adjust low fire. You ready?
Yep.
And that's how it opens up.
Nice.
When it opens up, then you got access to everything you need here for maintenance. You got access to everything you need here. So you can grease bearings and stuff, but you know, if you wanted to, if these fan blades get a lot of dust buildup on them, they'll get out of balance and they'll shake, and you'll have to clean them. There's a lid right here,
Right.
and it's got two bolts on it.
Flips up.
Lid flips up, and you got access to both the bearings.
Oh, there's
See
slightly
those two
different?
bolts that are in the side right there? Those two bolts right
Yeah,
there?
right here.
Take those two bolts out, you got two on this side, and this half of this air shroud just slides out. You take these two bolts out, two bolts out on the other side, you can let the fan, bearings, shaft, and all right out of there.
Right.
And this is nothing but a set of pillar block bearings. There's nothing special about it. You can buy these bearings anywhere.
Right. Okay.
So you can replace the bearings yourself and put them right back in there.
Gotta make it easy.
So it's really maintenance friendly.
You.
This is just the air switch.
Well, I haven't paid it. So van a poner ese pues, ahorita.
See here, we're in front of this ring, and we got about the same gap all the way around. And it's forward of the squirrel plate, which is where it's supposed to be. You see, the air comes in, it goes around this director, and then you get a wall of air coming through here.
Yep.
Then you'll have a wall of air, a little bit of air come through here, And that intensity ring that we have on the backside, if we closed it up, we would force all the air here or all the air here in the center of the swirl plate. But that's the right position for the swirl plate.
Making more sense now?
Oh yeah. Just the way I imagined it.
Just like it ought to be.
Just like it ought to be.
But how much can we suck in this way before we?
About 3/4 of an inch to an inch.
You know what the real trick's gonna be is get them bolts and holes to line up. That's gonna be real cool if he just goes. Boop.
Yeah, I would.
I think the easiest way to do that is to pick that box up, set it in place, latch it,
Yep.
and then drive you up to it. No argument there.
Thing's gonna look so good when that loader leaves. You did good. Ollie!